Greetings, my movie geeks. If you've watched my spoiler-free review of Tenet, you'll know that I was middling in my reception of the film. I gave it a 3.5 stars and tried to show that despite that, I really did enjoy it. There are problems, and I feel this film is a film that needs several rewatches to fully understand and embrace the story. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go back and rewatch it. But thanks to the notes I took when I did first watch it, I've been able to do this review. The story follows the protagonist, played by John David Washington, who travels across the world backwards and forwards through time, trying to discover the plan of Kenneth Branagh's Sator. Sator wants to bring together 9 parts of what is called an algorithm that has been sent from the future by some unknown group of bad guys. Simplistically, Sator has a heart rate monitor, and if it drops below 0, or in other words, if he dies, the algorithm will set off and end the world. Sator wants to die and take the world with him. You know, simple plot. If we take away the time element of the film, I see this film as a kind of proto-James Bond film. I say that because a lot of the story elements could easily be laid over one of the 25 Bond films that we all know and love. You have the bad guy, Sator, who is a rich Russian villain who wants to destroy the world. The reason is because he's heartbroken. Yeah. But the reason doesn't really matter. The protagonist is Bond, who is set on a mission to foil the villain's plan. Robert Pattinson plays Neil, who I see as Nolan's self-insert into the film. He plays a kind of Q-like character who sets up different heists to help the protagonist. There are 2 massive set pieces during the film, a car chase and an airport heist, which the film deliberately retreads. They are expertly shot and choreographed using Nolan's preference to use practical effects. And, you know, they are stunning. Including the destruction of a full-sized plane. We see the 2 set pieces as they play out from the point of view of the protagonist, and then we see the reverse as the protagonist inverts himself in order to prevent the world from ending. It makes, like I said, it makes for stunning cinematography, and it's another example how Christopher Nolan creates thrilling and innovative action sequences. Despite the praise, however, there are some negatives, as I mentioned above, and also in the review. There's a lot of exposition in this film. The protagonist for the first 20 to 30 minutes is quite literally going from person to person, getting snippets of information before being sent to the next person for the next piece of information. In my opinion, it does go on a little too long, but because of Christopher Nolan's filmmaking and his style, he does both show and tell, and the latter parts of the film are all show. You got the tell and then you get the show. One of the things I'll say doesn't work for the film is that I don't particularly care for the characters. There are no really relatable characters in the film. Maybe Elizabeth Debicki's cat, who has the storyline revolving around being reunited with her son, who Sator is basically keeping hostage against her so that she won't leave him. But even that is separated by the lack of mother-son on-screen time. You do get it, but it's few and far between. But that's the nature of Sator's punishment, you know, it keeps them separate. Adding the time element to the storyline raises the film above what the actual story is, giving Nolan the chance to show a battle sequence that is simultaneously being fought and being unfought. If that sentence didn't make sense coming out, that's because it didn't make sense when I wrote it. But the way the film is made, it is quite easy to follow, with the blue team and a red team both fighting the same battle, where one team is inverted and the other isn't. The inverted team are fighting the battle from end to beginning, whereas the other team are fighting it forward. It does. Just thinking about it makes your head go mental. It's cleverly filmed with both teams being within the same shot, going their separate ways. So you've got them going this way and you've got them going that way. It's very mental. The battle is impressive because it pulls out all the stops to show everything they can include, including blowing up a building, unblowing it up and reassembling it, and then blowing it up a completely different way. It is superb and it looks confusingly brilliant. That should be the tagline, confusingly brilliant. I cannot fault this film from the visual and storytelling point of view, but there are parts of the film that were hard to hear due to Ludwig Göransson's excellent, and I do say excellent, score. It was extremely loud. The score is great, employing a propulsive rhythm that mimics what we're seeing on screen. The music is almost diegetic, being part of the film as opposed to non-diegetic. It's just excellent, and I gave the film 3.5 stars, and I think I'm going to change my scoring system and give Tenet an A. Thank you for watching, and please let me know what you thought of Tenet. Click that subscribe button to be notified for more Ultimate Movie Geek reviews.